on the GSMC Baseball Podcast, bringing you our fourth and final segment, which is going to talk about the best offseason signings of the MLB offseason. There was a poll that was done by MLB.com, just polling some executives, and I did want to talk about it. So we are going to go here now to see the offseason signings. It is up on the board here if you're not watching on video. You can just look it up. It's on MLB.com. You'll see the article there. If not, come here to the channel, GSMC Sports Network, and it is right here. So, as you can see, up first, we have Shota Imanaga of the Chicago Cubs. He was the one that got the most votes for the best offseason signing of this year. He got 9 votes out of all the executives that voted. Now, is this really a surprise? No. I mean, we all know how good Imanaga has been. I made an entire segment on how good he's been doing. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel. But, he is the NL ERA leader and has just been doing super, super well. Has a .78 ERA in the season, 2.2 FIP, 1.2 F4 on the season, 6 games started, 34 innings. So I completely agree with this. I think so far he has been the best signing of the offseason. If we're just going off of this year and just like the production that has been going on this year, I think it's pretty clear that he is one of the best signings in a long time and was the best signing of last year, has been doing really, really well. The stats prove it, and yeah. After that, in second place for the Dodgers, we have, of course, the best player in baseball, Shohei Ohtani, who had 4 votes. Now, I think Ohtani probably should be, you can make an argument that he should be first. I'm not going to argue, because I think Imanaga just has been that good, and Ohtani's not pitching right now. But I think Ohtani should have probably more than 4 votes. I mean, I understand Imanaga having that many votes, and I think it's really fair. But I think Ohtani should have a lot more. And I think he's been a really good pitcher so far. He's done really, really well. Not pitcher, sorry. Obviously, I meant hitter. He's not pitching this year. He's done really, really well so far. And, I mean, the stats are just insane. I mean, yes, he's not pitching, but man, you look at his hitting stats right now for Ohtani, and you see why he got paid $700 million, even when I knew he wasn't going to pitch and probably won't pitch in long term as well. So far, has a WRC plus of 219. League average is 100, so he is 119 over league average, basically. Is 2.7 playing, has basically not playing the outfield at all, being a DH for the Dodgers. 167 plate appearances, 11 home runs. Already broke the record for most home runs for a Japanese-born Dodgers player, beating his own manager's record for Dave Roberts, which I also learned David Roberts was born in Japan. Did not know that, but yeah. I mean, Ohtani has not played defense since 2021, back when he was with the Angels playing the outfield. So he has almost 3 WAR now just being a DH, which is unheard of. I mean, he's not even fully healthy. So you're seeing how good he can be when he just focuses on hitting and just how good of a player he is in general. So, I mean, yeah, if I'm a Dodgers fan, of course, I think that the signing has worked out. I think it was a really, really good job by the Dodgers to be able to get Ohtani, obviously the best player in baseball. So I think he has been, as expected so far, has been doing really, really well. And if I'm a Dodgers fan, I'd be really excited about what's going on with him, and really hopeful. So, this isn't even the tip of the iceberg here. You're having this much hitting, and he gets to pitch next year. So, yeah, makes sense that he's second. Should be a little higher probably, but I understand it. Third, an interesting one here is Jack Flaherty of the Tigers. Now, this really not confused me, but was surprising to me, definitely. I didn't think Flaherty would, rank this high. Yes, he's tied, but I guess they put him in third for a reason. Might have gotten some nods from other people as well, but only got 1 vote. Has a 3.86 ERA so far, a FIP of 2.98, so pretty close to that, but a little under. But I think Flaherty has been a really solid signing for Detroit. Overall, he has been a really good pitcher for them. They signed him to try to rebuild his value after some rough seasons in St. Louis, getting traded to Baltimore, not doing much better there. So I think when you look at this Tigers team that is trying to do these things now, is trying to be kind of that organization where people go to and get fixed, quote-unquote, kind of be the Dodgers or the Rays or something like that. I think Flaherty was a good signing in process, and I think he's been good as well. I think that he's added a lot to your pitching staff. Already have a really good one with in my opinion, the AL Cy Young winner soon, Tarek Skubal. So I think that overall, the Tigers did a really good job signing Flaherty. I thought it was a kind of expensive deal to sign him to. I didn't really like the price point. I thought they could have done a little better with that, and I think there were some other better options here for Flaherty, but he's done really well, and has been a really good signing so far. I don't know if I'd have him tied with some of the names I'd have below there, but I think one vote is fine, and I think maybe third is a little too high, but he definitely should be on this list. He's been a really solid signing for Detroit and done a really good job there. So props to him and props to the Tigers. Now, next we have Sonny Gray. I'd have Sonny Gray much higher. I think right now he's probably in the top 5, and he's done really, really well. I don't know why he isn't higher. I mean, you look at his stats currently for the Cardinals. You know, he has a .89 ERA in 5 starts, a 1.56 WAR, a 1.3 FWAR. Has been the guy that the Cardinals have been looking for a long time. His barrel percentage is down from last year. His max exit velocity is down from last year. His average exit velocity is down from last year. So there's a lot to like right now if you are a Cardinals fan about Gray. They've needed a real ace for a little while now after Wainwright started progressing. The thing that's been so frustrating about the Cardinals, I've talked about it, that when the pitching is on, the hitting isn't, and when the hitting is on, the pitching isn't. So it's just kind of been hard to get down, but I'm not putting that on Sonny Gray. He's been a very good signing, has been really, really good for them. He's finally adding a really good pitcher to this Cardinals team and this Cardinals organization that they needed for a long time. Was a great signing. I would have him higher. I would have him definitely in the top 5. I think there's 2 other guys here on this list that I have above him that are lower that I obviously have higher. Again, it is all tied, but I'm thinking that they put these guys in this order for a reason, so I'm just going off of that. So with the next guy, it is going to be Jordan Hicks of the Giants. Now, I'd have Jordan Hicks much higher. I think Jordan Hicks has been one of the best signings the entire season. He's been really, really good for this Giants team. Has really surprised me. I didn't necessarily think it would not work this experiment to make Jordan Hicks a starting pitcher, but did I think it would work this well? No, I didn't. I did not think it would be this good and how good he has been. So I think Hicks should be a little higher. I think having him tied with Jack Flaherty just does not make a lot of sense, and I think that, again, he should be higher in this list, and he deserves to be. He's been so good for this Giants pitching staff since coming over, turning into a starting pitcher, has formed a really deadly 1-2 punch with Logan Webb in this rotation, and I don't know why he is 5th on this list and tied with Jack Flaherty. I think him and Sonny Gray are in the right spots, but you look at Hicks, he has a 1.89 ERA in 7 starts, lower ERA than Jack Flaherty. His K per 9 has been really great as well. At 7, a little lower than I expected actually for this season, but him being such a strikeout heavy guy when he was a reliever, but he probably had to change up most of his repertoire for being a starter, not like pitches wise, but how he throws them and how he paces himself, because you just can't throw 103 every pitch as a starter. You're going to get Tommy John after 3 starts, so especially nowadays. So I think Hicks has done a really good job for San Francisco. I think it's been a really good signing for San Francisco, and I think it's an example of how good it's just an example of this new generation of analytics and players and front offices and what they do to get relievers, certain starters, and how good they've made them. So I like this signing a lot for San Francisco. I think it should be higher. I'd probably have it at number 4 on this list and Sonny Gray number 5. But I understand. Again, I don't understand. I don't know why Jack Flaherty is above them. I understand that. I don't understand, even if he's not above them, quote unquote, because they're tied. I don't think they should be tied. I think that he should have more votes and maybe split those among the votes. But yeah. But right now, I'd probably go Amanga, Otani. I'd have Gray. I'd have someone else 3 who I'm going to talk about who's down this list. I'd have Hicks 4 and I'd have Gray 5. But next we're going to talk about Reynaldo Lopez of the Atlanta Braves, another reliever who turned into a starter with his new team. Lopez has also been doing really well, has fulfilled the experiment for the Braves. The Braves kind of did a weird thing where instead of getting a really legit starting pitcher that they needed for a long time, they signed a reliever to a big contract and tried to make him to a starter. So it was a weird process, I think, but it's worked out so far. So props to the Braves. Again, I don't really judge the Braves, and I really just sit back and watch what they're doing, because usually it ends up being correct. So far, Lopez has been really, really good. Has been doing really solid with the Braves. Has an ERA of 1.50, a FIP of 2.94, WAR of 0.7. You look at his other peripherals as well. His left-on-base percentage is insane at 92. I think that's going to have to go down a little bit. That's not really the most sustainable, but still good. Ground ball percentage is higher. You look at his hard hit percentage, it's lower. His Sierra is doing really well at a 3.53. Expected FIP at 3.56. That's doing well there as well. You look at his expected ERA, 3.22. So he's done a really good job for this Braves team. Been a really good starter, and happy for him, and happy that he's done such a good job. And I think he deserves to be on this list. Next is Seth Lugo, who I have at number 3. Lugo has been insane. I don't know why he only has 1 vote. He should have more. Had a really great season with the Padres last year. A lot of people were curious to see if he could follow it up, and he's been really, really good. Does have a 1.60 ERA in the season so far. Has started 7 games and has really transformed this Royals team. They were kind of a laughingstock before, but with all these signings, I think Lugo being the biggest one and him being the best so far, he's done a really good job of transforming this young, hungry team to a real legit contender. This rotation has been really good with him, Brady Singer, Cole Reagans, Michael Wacha. And if I'm a Royals fan right now, I'd be really excited about this pitching staff in the future and the Seth Lugo signing. I'd have him higher. I think he deserves to be higher. But I'm just glad he's on the list in general, and I'm glad he's getting his props. Watching him as a Mets fan in Queens for a long time, I'm very excited that he is finally getting the respect he deserves and prove people wrong and can be a starter. So, next guy we have is going to be Albert Suarez of the Orioles. He was signed to a minor league contract with them and has now started 3 games and has had a 2.04 ERA. Had a little bit of a streak of giving up no runs, but come back down to earth a little bit. And I understand the story about him. I understand that he's been really good, but I wouldn't have him on this list. I don't think he deserves a vote. With all these other guys here, I understand the story. I think that it's really, really good. And I'm excited for him, but at the same time, I just don't think he deserves to be on this list. I'm sorry. Again, really nice story. Really good contributor to the Orioles pitching staff this year, but I just don't think he's fit to be on this list here. I don't think he's one of the best offseason signings so far. Spencer Turnbull definitely deserves to be on here. We talked about him in the Phillies segment, so no need to really go into it deeper, but he's been insane for them. Been a really good depth signing and has turned into a really good pitcher for them after the injury to Taijuan Walker. Has been a really, really positive arm for them. Has been doing a really good job, so props to him and props to the Phillies. Now, some other guys I would have on this list, I'd say I'd probably have here Luis Severino or Sean Manaea. They've been really good for the Mets. I'd also have Yoshinobu Yamamoto, as I said. He's been doing well this season. Long term, I don't know if there's anyone that looks better for him than him. Maybe Umaga right now, but I'd have those 3 guys on the list probably somewhere, or just in the conversation as well. But overall, I don't think it's a bad list. Main guy I really have a gripe with is probably Jack Flaherty and Albert Suarez. But even those are okay, and I understand. So I get it, but just not my cup of tea, and I do think that maybe they shouldn't have been on this list, really. But that is the end of our 4th and final segment, and that is the show for today, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and push notification bell to not only get notified when I upload, but all the other great content creators on the channel do. So make sure to see that. Make sure to see that, do that, and talk to you guys later. And have a great day. We'll see you at Baseball with us tomorrow. We'll invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram for more content and updates. It's a great day outside. Enjoy it, and bye.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to